Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? That's not terrible. Yeah, so my name's Fred Van Lente, and in addition to being a MoCCA trustee, I also write comics, one of which is The Amazing Spider-Man, and Web of Spider-Man for that matter. So I called these guys together in honor of the issue, the complete issue we have up on the wall. And I thought we would start, because each one of these guys edited or is currently editing Amazing at one point. I thought they would introduce themselves, restate their names, and tell us when they edited the book or are currently editing it. I'll just go in reverse order.
My name's Steve Wacker. I'm the current editor of Amazing Spider-Man since January 2008.
I stopped in '92, and or when did you start?
That was in 91.
Oh, okay. I was still editing while you were editing anyway. I was before Jim, and I'm Jim Salicrup.
I was both before Jim and after Jim, in 83, 84, and then 90 to 95.
I edited it from 2000 to 2008 when I destroyed it with one more day.
I've never edited Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, but you're executive editor.
Yes, I oversee it, but I've never edited it.
This is going to be awesome.
This is the only man in comics that can catch it.
We didn't pick
It would have been better if I had grabbed it like that. So I thought I'd start at the very beginning, get some biographical stuff out of you all. And there are mics lying here on the table, so you're not necessarily stuck with me and Tom. No, I got one. And I'm just wondering, Spider-Man obviously was created in 1962. Thank you. I was totally going to say that. I was not going to say 1963. So I presume each one of us encountered him prior to us dealing with him professionally, and I just was curious, what is your fondest, if you have one, early Spider-Man moment? When did you sort of first come in contact with the character, and did you feel an affinity to him?
I guess it's going to be me then. I guess I first encountered Spider-Man very young. Around, I must have been around 3 years old, and it was the classic 60s cartoon, which ran in New York for forever in syndication. And the one thing I remember about it is that I was young enough that I didn't quite understand it. I didn't quite understand how the web shooters worked. So in my 3-year-old brain, Spider-Man was this guy that had ropes strung up all around the city. And he would just swing.
Frequently hanging from the sky, right?
Yeah, he was going up into nothing and would just swing for seemingly 20 minutes at a time before actually coming down and getting anything done.
My first Spider-Man comic book, is this working?
I think it's working.
It's not working, okay.
Just train them on.
Get the hint, Axel.
My first Spider-Man comic book was, you'll remember the issue number, but I bought it at 5 and dime. It was, had Aunt May getting married to Doc Ock, and Spider-Man was swinging to stop, shooting the web.
131.
131, I knew I could count.
Wow. Wow.
But I remember thinking, this isn't right, you know? It's up the good guy marrying the bad guy, and I think there was a guy...
Ever since then, you were dead set against marriage and Spider-Man.
That, and I said, there's far too much action, there should be more talking. But I remember that. I remember there was a gangster named Hammerhead who was pretty cool. There was guys with guns, so I related to that. And that was my first one. And I went back, and I liked the story where he had a lot of arms, too.
Well, I missed Amazing Fantasy 15, but I was there for Amazing Spider-Man 1 because it had those fantastic 4 characters I loved on the cover. So even then, the cheap trick of putting popular characters on the cover of somebody else's book worked, and Spider-Man was not my favorite character.
Did your mom throw it away? Did you still have that copy of Amazing Spider-Man 1?
I think in various misguided attempts at maturity, I may have given or thrown them away.
Oh my God. Self-mutilation.
I know. So, but yeah, I think it wasn't until I actually worked on Spider-Man professionally that I came to appreciate the character. I always liked him, but it was not, you know, it wasn't my top Marvel character. That would have been the Fantastic Four and Iron Man, Daredevil. Jim?
I think my first Spider-Man comic was actually about this big. It came out during the Mighty Marvel Superheroes cartoons series before the Spider-Man Saturday morning show. And I remember collecting all the little tiny Marvel mini comics. And then I think that led to my reading the issues you read, but when they were reprinted in Marvel Tales the first time around.
I was introduced to Spidey. The station where I lived would show repeats of the Electric Company. And they had these Spider-Man shorts where I don't think he even talked.
No.
It was all word balloons, and I learned how to read. And then around that same time, they put out the early Lee and Ditko stuff in these little pocketbooks.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, the first 2 or 3 volumes. And when you're that little, that's the perfect size. Now I look at those and I can't fathom how I used to read them because the words are just so condensed into each page. That was my...
I edited those.
Really? Good job. You could have bumped the font size up a little bit.
And I literally have the exact same experience. I was going to answer, but that's literally, he scared the crap out of me on the Electric Company because he didn't talk and he was in a unitard. And, you know, Morgan Freeman seemed to be cool with him, but I was a little freaked out by him.
Wait, are you a guest or the moderator?
I'm not moderating. Alex.
Are you
He's like a writer-editor.
Got it.